You're welcome back. Let's now cross over to Washington, D.C., where News Central correspondent Afua Hagan is on the ground with the latest. Afua, good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon here. Afua, I would like you to tell us what the latest is from the last day of campaigning there.
Yes, it is absolutely the last day of campaigning. You are right about that. And it's a very, very busy one for both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. They will be crisscrossing those swing states, those vital 7 states that can take them on the path to victory. So Kamala Harris has released details of what she will be doing today. She will be at a rally in Allentown. That's a majority Latino city with about 34,000 Puerto Ricans within it. And she will be there joined by rapper Fat Joe, a very prominent member of the Puerto Rican community. Following Allentown, she will be in Reading. She'll make a stop at the Puerto Rican restaurant. She'll then be joined by her husband, Doug Emhoff, as she heads to Pittsburgh. And then she'll be finishing off in Pennsylvania, the place that's called the seat of democracy in the United States. There'll be a huge concert there. Fat Joe, like I said, will be in attendance with DJ Cassidy, Just Blaze, Lady Gaga, The Roots, and Oprah Winfrey. And as for Trump, less details we have about him this morning. He hasn't been so abundantly clear about what he will be up to, but we do know that he will be in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan today.
Okay, then let's talk about the candidates' closing messages for voters. It's just a day ahead, so I'm wondering what exactly they have for especially the undecided voters.
Yeah, I mean, the campaign rhetoric from both sides has been very, very different over the past 48 hours and, of course, into this morning. On the side of the Democrats, what you have seen is in the past day, Kamala Harris has stopped mentioning Donald Trump by name. She seems to have gone back to trying to push that joyful message, that message of hope. Yesterday night at a rally, she was saying, can you feel the momentum? And reiterating that we will win. And that message that she always says, when we vote, we win. Donald Trump, on the other hand, along with the Republicans, has been promoting a darker rhetoric, has been underlining or underscoring, I should say, and laying the way for what could happen if he decides that the vote hasn't gone his way. He also was accused of attacking or lashing out at reporters yesterday and saying he wouldn't mind if some of them were shot, if someone was trying to shoot him, implying if someone shot through them, he wouldn't mind that. So 2 kind of different messages we have in these closing statements. Kamala Harris, like I said, choosing joy, and Donald Trump choosing a rather darker rhetoric in this last 24 hours.
Now, you just said that Harris has stopped the Trump bashing and now has started with a more message of hope. Do you think that that had an influence, or that will have an influence in the voters in any way, all that time while she went on that spree of Trump bashing?
Well, this is the thing, you know, undecided voters in these last 24 hours, are they undecided at this point? Is there anything that either candidate can do to sway the election? I think at this point, Kamala Harris probably going with her original message, choosing hope and choosing joy, is probably a good idea, because there is a lot of people that are saying they are kind of fed up of the polarization on both sides, from both the Democrats and the Republicans. Trump, on the other hand, is doubling down and appealing to his core base. The people that believe the 2020 election was stolen from him, the people that believe the Democrats are trying to do the same thing this time round. I think at this point, it's about shoring up the votes that they already have and making sure that their core base will come out and vote for them, and especially in those key 7 swing states, the Sun Belt and the Rust Belt states.
Okay. Finally, tell us what the atmosphere is like, as we're looking forward to the elections starting very soon.
Well, it's early morning here in Washington, D.C. In front of me is the White House and the National Mall, and an area that is usually very accessible has been barricaded somewhat. There's lots of barriers that have gone up. There's lots of people putting up barriers around me, and have been this morning as we've been setting up. Now, there is lots of the world media around us as we stand in this spot, but an area that is usually very accessible isn't so much. And there is some fears on the ground here in DC, the seat of government, so to speak, that there could be some trouble. Now, that could be potentially as election day occurs, or as we are finding out the votes Tuesday into Wednesday. Like we say, if it doesn't go one way or the other, if Trump decides that he isn't going to concede, then people are worried that could be an issue. Remember, where we are right now in the seat of government was where the riots were on January the 6th, 2021, that insurrection. And there are fears that something similar could happen, especially if Donald Trump decides that he isn't going to concede the result if it doesn't go his way. So there is a sense of nervousness here on the ground in Washington, D.C.
Interesting times in America. Thank you very much, Afua Hagan, for bringing us the details every single time when it comes to the U.S. elections. And we're looking forward to interacting with you more as the process continues. Thank you, Afua.